Hi again, this is Chandra Lance Smith with Genuine Heart Counseling. I'm a licensed counselor, a parenting guide in the hand-in-hand parenting perspective, and a synergetic play therapist. I just want to take a few minutes to talk with folks and give them a couple of stepping stones of support during these times of COVID-19 and managing our ways back out into the community. I think I'm in week 8 now of the safe at home orders. We've changed it. People here in Colorado are now venturing out. Not everything is open, but we are kind of trying to find our way back into our communities. So I wanted to take a little bit of time to chat with you today, specifically about this idea of feeling safe or feeling fine. I should say feeling fine, or the idea that maybe we should be feeling kind of over it. I don't know if others are feeling that way, but I'll admit my bias here that I think that sometimes it seems like we often have this message that we're supposed to be doing better than we feel like we are internally. So I just want to normalize for people if they're not feeling super fantastic right now, if they're not feeling safe yet anyway, or if they're not feeling like this is always manageable, because we are still in the midst of a lot of challenges. We are still in the midst of a lot of changes. So just this idea of feeling fine, I want to talk about a couple of ways that we might have that come up for us. Sometimes it can happen because we're seeing other people and they appear to be doing okay. But I just want to remind people that we also probably sometimes look a lot better than we might feel inside. And to just kind of recognize that there's a lot that we're all holding and that we don't always know the big picture. So just noticing if those thoughts are there, that you're kind of like comparing yourself to your neighbor or to someone that you're seeing, at the grocery store or something like that, and give yourself a little room. The other thing with this is that we might be getting messages. Maybe that's something on the social media. Maybe that's something that we're getting on the general media. Maybe that's just something that you're kind of picking up kind of out there, either overtly that people seem to be sending you the message that you should be doing better than you feel like you are, or even just kind of subtly that there's a sense of that. But also, I just want to encourage people to kind of notice those thoughts or challenge those a little bit. And then notice if those thoughts are coming from yourself or those messages from yourself. I know for me that's often where I can get pretty heavy-handed, right? My own internal dialogue can often push those messages on me that I should be doing better than I actually feel like I am. So I just want to offer those for people to kind of reflect on and to notice if you're kind of feeling that pressure that somehow you're supposed to be feeling better than you are. The other thing with that is that there could be a feeling that we should be kind of getting over it. There's a lot that's happened in these last couple of months. It's true that the shock and the emergency are no longer the major threat. We've kind of managed through that. We've navigated that. We don't have that same kind of emergency situation that we're working with. But I just want to let people know that there are still a lot of stressors out there. There are still a lot of challenges out there. A couple of the big ones that I keep reflecting on are the duration and the unknowns. Both of those, I think, are going to wear on us over time. Also, the longer that this goes on, we kind of get simultaneously more restless and more tired. And as that happens, it's going to be important that we find kind of more gentleness for ourselves and for others as we continue to navigate these stresses and these challenges. Of course, there's still the stress out there about our own safety, about the safety of our loved ones and those in our community. There's also the challenge now as we're venturing back out into our communities that some people are not going to do it the way that we are. And we're going to notice that people are making different choices, that they're not doing it the way that maybe they think or that we think that they should be. And those are going to challenge us also, right? They're going to challenge our sense of safety. They're going to challenge our sense of cohesion and unity. And that in and of itself is going to be a stress. So I just want to remind people of that as well. And then to consider just the unknown factor that we don't know what's going to happen with our schools. We don't know what's going to happen this summer. We don't know what's going to happen as we open things up. We don't know what's going to happen when we come into the fall. There's a lot of things that we don't know. And all of those are going to continue to challenge us. it's there's a lot of different factors that are playing in on this, and so I just want to, again, just kind of normalize. I think that for me, that's the piece I feel really important, that is very important, is to normalize this situation, and then to also just encourage people to keep reaching out, keep staying connected with your communities, keep finding those creative ways that you are to cope with this. These times are going to challenge us. And so hopefully these little tidbits can be helpful and people can find some new perspective in this, and maybe pass it on to others if it feels like that might help them out as well. Yeah, just sending everyone good thoughts. Thanks again for your time, and hoping that you're all doing well and finding some, yeah, just some space in the midst of this, and sending you all good thoughts. Take good care.